Now, that was money which was given to you way over 30 years ago, correct?
That's right, Judge.
I understand, and I'm referring to both of you here, but I'm going to ask Chris you the question first. In 2015, I won't go into why or the wherefores of it, but your relationship with Travis's mother broke down.
Yes, Judge.
And consequently, as a result of that split, you ended up having to move out of the home.
That's right, Judge.
Where did you end up, please, sir?
Initially, I went to the council and asked them to help.
What happened?
They turned around and said I made myself intentionally homeless.
I see.
They did initially put me into a house for 8 months, and then they sent me an eviction order saying that we can't keep you in here because you made yourself intentionally homeless.
Did you move into that first property with your father?
Yes, Judge.
So you were living together at that stage?
Yes, Judge.
And as far as you were concerned, I want to be clear about this, to be unfair to Travis, he was a good boy, correct?
Yeah. He was going to college. He had intentions to go to university.
We'll get there. What were you studying at college, sir?
Computing.
What was the ambition of yours and everybody else around you?
Well, I wanted to go to university after I finished college.
You certainly did. In order to study what?
Computing.
Where were you living after the council's eviction?
We had to sofa surf at my daughter's.
In other words, there you were, sleeping on sofas, really like squatters in somebody else's home.
That's right, Judge.
Let's call it what it is. You moved into a caravan.
Yeah.
That was in January 2016.
That's right,
What was
Judge.
life like in that caravan? And you just tell me.
It was a one-bedroom caravan. Travis lived in the living room. We had to knock part of the unit down to put a bed in. I had the bedroom, and it was cramped. We didn't have a proper toilet. We had to have one of them Saniflow toilets.
Did you have electricity, gas? Were you connected to the mains?
We had electricity mains, and we had Calagas, and that was it. We had no phone, no internet, nothing.
Despite how bleak your living situation is, you had some substantial hope. And that substantial hope was in the form of what?
Travis, yeah. Travis going to uni.
Because one day he came back and said what to you, sir?
He told me that he was going to go to university and he was going to apply for a grant.
Is this the first person in your family to go to university?
Yes, Judge.
How did you feel when he came back and made that announcement?
I was proud, Judge.
You came back and you said to Dad, I'm going to university, right?
Yes, Judge.
How much did you believe that you needed to go to university, sir?
8,000, I worked out.
How had you calculated or come to a conclusion that it was going to cost you £8,000 for living cost?
Rent, food, and I asked friends that were already at university how much it would have cost me, really.
That was your assessment. Now, Travis, knowing, I presume, you had some savings, came to you with a suggestion. What was his suggestion, sir?
He asked me if he could have a loan, Judge.
How much did you have in savings, sir?
I still had roughly 22,000 in saving.
And so what did he say?
He told me that if I gave him the loan, he could pay it back as soon as he got his government grant.
Did you believe that to be a true reflection of what he was going to receive?
I didn't know how much he was going to receive, Judge. I just spoke to people and they said, yeah, they do get a grant.
You didn't conduct any independent due diligence at all, right?
No, Judge.
Big mistake. And I want to be clear, that could be completely lethal to your case. Did you do some research about the grant that might be available to you?
Yes, Judge.
What research did you conduct?
I looked at what kind of grants they were offering.
And how did you come to the conclusion that you would be entitled to the £8,000?
Just by the grants.
As a result of the representation that you made, what did you do, sir?
I agreed on giving him the loan, but I also got him to sign an agreement.
You did. Why did you do that, sir?
Because in the past I've had people say to me that, you know, if you're going to loan money out, it's always wise to get somebody to sign it.
Did you receive the £8,000?
Yes, I did, in cash,
How
Judge.
splendid. Was it in cash?
Yes, Judge.
First of all, where did you put the £8,000?
Well, I didn't have a bank account, or I didn't have access to my bank account at the time, so...
Cash under the bed, or wherever it was?
Yeah, very old school.
So, first things first, you know that this money has to come back to Dad when you get your grant. You can't spend any of it, you have to ring-fence it, don't you?
Yes, Judge.
Because it's going to be used for rent and for things that you will need, like books, at university, true?
Yes, Judge.
What did you do in terms of making an application for a grant?
I applied through the government's website.
And you say that you put in all of your relevant details and the computer said yes. How much did they say you were entitled to?
Around 6,000.
Well, that leaves you with a deficit of how much to your dad?
2,000.
Goodness me. Did you know that he had subsequently made investigations and was told that the maximum he could have got in any event was £6,000?
No.
Is that the first time you've heard that?
That's the first time I've heard it, Judge.
And you applied to only one place, did you? Your local authority?
Yes, Judge.
So the £6,000 should have come to you. Only it didn't. Why not, please?
Because I didn't go to university.
Did you go to university?
No.
When did you make that decision, sir?
Last minute decision, Judge.
Had you got a place at university?
Yes.
And I could telephone and they would prove that to me?
Hopefully so, Judge.
Sorry?
Yes, Judge.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.